I'm Alia with Dance with Alia, and I'm here with Karin, who's a beautiful choreographer and has gotten a lot of following now, and I think a lot of conversation behind some of the work you do. You want to tell us about your dance company? And
thank you. So the name of the company is Mandala Danceworks. Mandala actually was a modern company for about 25 years.
Oh.
That's what my background is. And then I took a little hiatus where I started belly dancing. And then my students became really fascinated in what I was doing and were like, please be a company. So that was actually when I reformed the company as a modern tribal fusion company. So we have starting next month will be our 5-year anniversary as a belly dance company. And so we do really heavy fusion work of modern dance, jazz, ballet, hip-hop, African, and then all mixed with the tribal style belly dance.
so in this hiatus, you had stopped teaching completely?
No.
Okay.
I've been actually teaching for 30 years now. I started dancing when I was 3. I got a bachelor's degree from UC Irvine with an emphasis in teaching dance.
Oh, okay, great.
And I was dancing for a company called Dance Kaleidoscope at the time, which was under the direction of a woman named Janine Engelhardt, who was a Cunningham dancer. And so I danced with her, I choreographed for her, I was teaching company classes, and she ran the dance department at a community college. So she was like, as soon as you get your degree, fill out the paperwork and I want you to start teaching. So actually the week I turned 21, I started teaching college dance and have been teaching solid for 30 years now in the community college system mostly. I've been at Loyola Marymount and Cal State Fresno intermittently, like for semesters or sabbatical replacements. But so, I'm constantly teaching and working. That's definitely what I do.
When you create your choreographies, not that it's the same way every time, but how much do you consider the audience and what they're going to get out of it? Or do you pretty much say, I have this vision, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, I definitely, let's see. When I was younger, I considered my audience less than I consider my audience now. When I was in my definitely 20s, maybe early 30s, it was really about kind of me. And like I say, when you're young, you kind of have that brashness, where you're like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I was really okay with, if I offend my audience and they leave, I don't care. I was very much about, I'm going to create my art, and I'm not going to apologize, and I'm not going to compromise, and I'm not going to back down. And I still feel like I don't really compromise or back down. I just feel, like I say, like over the years, because I'm now in my 50s, that I have mellowed a little bit just by the process of aging and wisdom and all of that comes with time. So I don't feel like I compromise my art so much as I feel like I have a broader understanding, and a deeper understanding of people and what works and everything. And so I take into account where I'm going to perform things, I think is more my thought process. I still pretty much, with the company I make, and that's one of the great luxuries of having my own dance company, is it's mine and I get to do what I want. So I do create to satisfy myself, essentially, and to follow my own vision, and I'm really fortunate that I have this group of young women that will follow me along that path. But I don't want to be a one-trick pony with Mandala. I don't want people just to look at us and say, oh, they just do dark work, or they do goth, or they're just ATS, or they're just this. I want to be very broad-reaching in what it is that we're able to do, because to me, art is not just one thing. Art is everything. It's beautiful, it's ugly, it's violent, it's passionate, it's, it is all of life, it is all of things spiritual and political and, everything that we can bring to the table. So I have different pieces to do and different statements to make. And so I do those things. And I do actually maintain a repertoire with the company, which is a little bit different than most belly dance companies from what I've seen. A lot of companies kind of like they'll have a season or do work for a while and they let it go. And so part of my working process and part of what's been a challenge for the ladies that dance for me is that I am maintaining a working repertoire of material. And so depending on what the show is, what the venue is, we can draw from those sources of like, you know, okay, we need to do something really family friendly and pretty and upbeat here, you know, something appropriate for a wedding, or, you know, we need to do something a little edgier or something a little bit sexier, or, you know, whatever the call is for that. And I will take into account, you know, again, where I'm going to be. So I might even make slight costume changes. So if something is done in flesh color tights, you know, giving the illusion of skin, I may say, okay, maybe we're wearing black fishnets or something so that it looks a little bit more covered or whatever. So it's like I don't know, I don't feel so much that I will compromise my art, but I think I try to create a broad range of materials so I have sources to draw from, and then we'll try to kind of meet the requirements of what I need to do, you know, depending on the audience and the venue. So that seems to be more the way I go. It's like, and I have these beautiful young women, you know, and it wasn't like I go hunting for gorgeous women. It's I'm looking for something just unique and special in an individual. It's like a certain spark about somebody, and it's not just their ability to dance, because like I say, some of these people have never danced before, and you know, they're in my yoga class or they're in my Pilates class. I'm like, you need to come and talk to me, you know, because I can make dancers. You know, I've been making dancers for 30 years. I can train anybody, you know, that has the ability. So it's like that I can do, but that's something special in somebody that's got to be there, that fire and that spark and that passion and that unique beauty, you know, that's in that person. And so that's kind of what I look for in my dancers and try to bring out with them. So
great. Thank you so much again.
You're so welcome again.